Hi friends, welcome to all. In this video, we are going to configure OSPF advanced features. Friends, if you find our videos helpful, we kindly request you to like, share and subscribe to our channel. Back to our activity. Here we can see our addressing table R1, R2, R3, then PC1, PC2, PC3. In this activity, we modify OSPF default settings, then verify connectivity. In this activity, OSPF is already configured and all end devices currently have full connectivity. We will modify the default OSPF routing configurations by changing the hello and dead timers and adjusting the bandwidth of a link. Then we will verify that full connectivity is restored for all end devices. Here they configured all the interfaces, also they configured the OSPF, and here we are going to modify some of the default settings. Coming to the instructions, part 1, modify OSPF default settings. Test connectivity between all end devices. Before modifying the OSPF settings, verify that all PCs can ping the web server and each other. Sure, we will do that. We will ping from PCs to our web server. So we'll use this add symbol PDU option. From PC1, we will ping to web server. We can see here it's successful. Then from PC2 to web server again, successful. From PC3 to web server, it is successful. We can check from any device. From PC1 to PC2, successful. Or from PC1 to PC3, or from PC2 to PC3, all successful. Step 2, adjust the hello and dead timers between R1 and R2. So here we can see R1 and R2 in our topology. So enter the following commands on R1. We need to go to interface serial 0/0/0, which is connected to R2. So here we can see that. And we need to give this command IP OSPF hello interval. We are going to modify it to 15, and we are going to change a dead interval also 4 times of a hello interval. So IP OSPF dead interval 60. Here what is the default hello interval and dead interval on these routers? We can verify that for this interface serial 0/0/0, right? So we can verify that using show command. Show IP OSPF interface, that is serial 0/0/0. So here we can see our hello interval is 10 and this dead interval is 40. We are going to change this default value. We will change it to 15, hello interval to 15 and dead interval to 60. We will give that command on R1. Configure terminal. We will go to interface serial 0/0/0, which is connected to R2, and we will give IP OSPF hello interval 15. Also we will set dead interval IP OSPF dead interval 60. You can see this dead interval is 4 times of our hello interval. So after a short period of time, the OSPF connection with the R2 will fail. Yes, that's correct. Here we can see we got a message, process 1 neighbor on a serial 0/0/0 from full to down. Yes, it is down now. Neighbor down, dead timer expired. Because we changed this dead interval and hello interval on this interface serial 0/0/0. The same time we need to change in the other side also with the same hello interval and the dead interval. So both sides of the connection need to have the same timers for the adjacency to be maintained. Yes, so that is very important. Adjust the timers on R2 also. Yes, we will do that. So here we need to set the same hello interval and dead interval timer on the other side also. That is on R2 serial 0/0/0. So let me confirm that interface. Yes, it's serial 0/0/0. Coming to R2, we will go to that interface. So on this R2 also we can see the same message. Serial 0/0/0 is down. Configure terminal. We will go to interface serial 0/0/0, which is connected to R1. And here we will change IP OSPF hello interval 15. Oh, right. So IP OSPF 15. Also IP OSPF dead interval 60. So when we wait a couple of seconds, so we get this message serial 0/0/0 from loading to full. Yes, loading done. Now adjacency is maintained both routers R1 and R2 because we configure the same hello interval and dead interval on both sides. Next we will go to step 3. Adjust the bandwidth setting on R1. Trace the path between PC1 and the web server located at 64.100.1.2. Notice that the path from PC1 to 64.100.1.2 is routed through R2. OSPF prefers the lower cost path. So we will do this trace between PC1 and a web server. We'll go to PC1 command prompt. And here already they given the IP address of our server 64.100.1.2. So we can verify that here. Okay. Coming to PC1, trace it. It's 64.100.1.2. So we get 172.16.1.1, then 172.16.3.2. So we can see here it goes through R1, R2. So here they given the network address 172.16.3.0. So this 3.2 given the IP address for this interface serial 0/0/0 on R2, right? Then finally it goes to web server. So we can see this through our simulation mode so that it will be more clear. So just I will give only ICMP and we are going to send message from PC1 to web server and we can see one packet here. So it goes to S1, then R1. We can see it will go to R2. Yes. Then it goes to the internet and to the web server. So when we ping from PC1 to web server, it goes through R1, R2, then to the server. So the reason is because of a lower cost path through R1, R2 to the web server. Right. On the R1 serial 0/0/0 interface, set the bandwidth to 64 KB per second. This does not change the actual port speed. That is very important. Only the metric that the OSPF process on R1 will use to calculate best routes. So we are going to change this bandwidth on R1 serial 0/0/0 to bandwidth 64. So as they specified, just to keep in mind, so it will not change the actual port speed, right? Even we are going to change the bandwidth to 64. Here we will verify the speed of this interface serial 0/0/0 on R1. Okay, just to make sure that you are in a real time. Coming to R1 and show interface serial 0/0/0. So here we can see the bandwidth 1544 kilobit. So we are going to change it to 64 kilobit per second. We are going to reduce the bandwidth. We will do that on this router R1. Configure terminal. We will go to interface serial 0/0/0 and set bandwidth 64. Trace the path between PC1 and the web server located at 64.100.1.2. Notice that the path from PC1 to this web server is redirected through R3. OSPF prefers the lower cost path. Here we reduced the bandwidth of this interface serial 0/0/0 on R1. So whenever we trace from PC1 to web server, the packet will go through R1, R3, R2, then to the web server. Because here we have a lower cost path through R1, R3, R2, then to the web server. So just let me go to simulation mode. Then send a message from PC1 to web server. Forward it S1, R1, then R3. Yes, it goes through R1, R3, then R2, then internet, and finally web server. Part 2, verify connectivity. Verify all PCs can ping the web server and each other. Okay, we'll go to real time and we will test the connectivity from PC1 to the server. Successful. PC2 to the web server. PC3 to the web server. Successful. Also, we can try each other from PC1 to PC2, PC1 to PC3, PC2 to PC3. We can see all successful. Okay, perfect. So that's all in this activity. That is a configure OSPF advanced features. So here we can see our completion status. It's 100%. Friends, if you find our videos helpful, we kindly request you to like, share and subscribe to our channel. Stay tuned. We will meet again with the next video.